Here we are at Q Sciences, where everyone's hopes and dreams become unlocked because of a system. Because your job is really not to sell products. Thank God, right? We're not selling a comp plan. We're not selling a product line. We're selling a person. The person that's going to make the most in network marketing is the one that's the best at edifying their leader. That's just the truth. We're freaking Q freaking Sciences, you guys. Like, we do not need to be desperate at all. Everyone's scared of us.
People are going to learn this culture or they're going to be gone, I would think, in time. I'm going to be very bold with this right now because you guys, we are a family, not just in Q Crew, but as a company.
In today's episode of MLMs are commercial cults, we will be watching and reacting to a Q Sciences team call. Throughout this meeting, we are going to see just how Q Sciences seems to place a great emphasis on their top leaders and so-called millionaires. Downlines are expected to speak very highly and even in an exaggerated manner to persuade the prospects that their upline is a credible business owner, and they can help them reach great success.
Great success!
In this video, you will be hearing the word edification a lot. MLMs tend to confuse exaltation with edification, but don't worry, we'll get to that later. For right now, grab a drink, grab a snack, and get comfortable because we are about to go down a rabbit hole with this Q Sciences team call.
It is officially our Tuesday night crew huddle, and we're so excited to be with you guys tonight. It's March 23rd. We have a little bit over a week left in this month, a lot of time to get stuff done. So without further ado, let's start out with our rock stars and make sure you're making last minute texts to your team, make sure they're getting in, all that good stuff. All right, so let's jump right in. I'm so excited for you guys to hear from our guest speaker tonight. Make sure you have a pad and a pen and all of that. But let's start out with our rock stars for this last week. Coming in at CV volume number 3, Miss Stacy Barker out of Montana. Awesome job, Miss Stacy. Number 2, Dr. Freddie in San Diego. Congratulations, Dr. Freddie. And then number 1 position for highest CV thus far in March is Nikki and Bill Black. So congratulations to the CV Rockstars. You guys know that our customers are really where it's at. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our customers. So congratulations to you guys.
Our customers, it's where it's at. Is it really though? And did you catch who came in number 2 with the CV, aka the customer purchases? It was a doctor, a freaking doctor. A doctor is out there somewhere peddling Q Sciences products. Who's to say if this doctor is selling the products and the opportunity to their patients or just their friends, families, acquaintances in their own network? Who really knows? But like I've said before on my channel, I just think it's a damn shame when professionals such as doctors, lawyers, teachers get involved with MLMs. Their knowledge and their experience and their expertise lends credibility to the products and to the business opportunity.
Now let's jump into our recruiters, our top recruiters for brand ambassadors. We have Angela Cologne, hopefully I said that right, tying with Sharon Gagné, I hope I said that right too, and totally correct me, you guys. Don't be shy about that. Holly Peterson coming in second with 4 new brand ambassadors, and Sarah Goff, number 1 position with 6 new brand ambassadors. Congratulations, you guys. You're clearly doing the do. You're in the trenches. You're getting the activity. You've planted the seed, and now your harvest is coming. It's so exciting, you guys. So that's awesome. Congrats.
You've planted the seed and now the harvest is coming. That phrase does not sit well with me in the context of MLMs. In my opinion, the planting of the seed refers to having successfully recruited somebody into your downline. And your harvest is coming is referring to the potential money that you can make when your new recruit begins to recruit their own downline. Well, this is persuading someone to join your MLM and then layering on the manipulation real thick to make them stay.
And now our top PC getters, we have Brianna Barkey tied with Danielle Blakey. So congratulations to you two. That's 3 PCs, which is huge, you guys. And then Deanna Martin, 4 PCs. And then number 1, Jenna Tatro. Hopefully I don't get that wrong. 6 PCs. So I don't know about you guys, maybe Katie and B and I can get together and have Jenna give a little training, because that's pretty incredible to get 6 PCs and we're only at the 23rd of the month. So that's awesome. And then we wanted to spend a little bit of time while we give our guest speaker time to get off of her other Zoom and get onto this Zoom to talk about NSYNC. So there's quite a few things that you need to know about the conference, but one of the things that
Oh, it's a conference. I thought she was referencing the boy band NSYNC. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye. No, unfortunately, it's not going to be that fun.
dawned on me, I would say within the first 3 weeks of ever being in this industry, is the vital importance of events. So we really are an events-driven business. We go from event to event to event. Hopefully you never have an event without knowing when your next event is. And everything that we're doing in between conferences is really us preparing for the Super Bowl. And our conference, our NSYNC conference in Dallas in September, is our Super Bowl. That is where everything is at. That is what we all have our eyes focused on.
This is an events-driven business. We go from event to event. That would be great if this company actually paid you to attend these events and covered your hotel, your airfare, your food while you were there. However, they don't. Not only do you have to purchase admission to the event, but also you have to cover all of those other costs. And most often when you're actually there at the convention, you end up buying more of the products as well. So these events are just another money-making opportunity for the MLM. And here's the crappy part. Not only do MLMs use these events as a way to make money off of their consultants, but they also use these events as a way to encourage people to join, or as a way to persuade them to stay if they are starting to have the thoughts or feelings that they want to leave. It's a cash grab cult convention.
So a couple things that you want to keep in mind. One is you can make money right now to make up the cash that you need to get there, the cash that you need to spend on food. There's so many of us that have literally squeezed 5, 6 people into a room. I know Katie has a story. I know B has a story. Hannah has a story. I know Alyssa has a story. We all at the beginning did what we needed to do. If that meant eating the free food on the table and you packed sandwiches and packed granola bars, that's what you did. If that meant, like I said, rooming with a bunch of people. There's so many ways to get creative, you guys. And the worst thing that you could think is, when I get to this rank, I'll go to conference. And the problem with that mindset is that you will never get to that rank without going to conference. And so if you want to be one of the leaders, maybe you want to be a bronze, maybe you want to be a silver or gold or higher, then you got to do what those guys are doing. And I promise you, they never miss a conference. So really band together, get creative. If you feel like you're really stuck, talk to your support line and get creative. They have so many. Hannah is like the queen of creativity when it comes to making stuff happen. So make sure you're looking at airlines, room, all of that stuff. So NSYNC has got to be the #1 thing. Also, when you're signing on new brand ambassadors right now, that has got to be added to their launch, is turning right around and getting their NSYNC ticket, because we want to make sure that they're getting started on the right foot and they have an opportunity to see that bigger picture, if you will. And you guys all know you can't see that bigger picture by watching it virtually. It's truly impossible. It's just not the same. Okay, so let's
Lots to talk about here. First of all, squeezing 5 to 6 people in a room, feeling pressure to just stick to free food or pack sandwiches or granola bars, that is appropriate when you're a young adult, when you have little money, when you're trying to see the world and take vacations with your friends. But that is not okay when you're a grown-ass adult and you have paid to be a part of this company, aka this opportunity. How is paying for these conventions and these trips helping the average Joe on their road to financial freedom? If the situation is so dire that you are one fully grown adult renting a room with 5 to 6 other people without any money to buy yourself lunch or dinner, forced to eat free food. Hey, I'm not knocking free food. I love free food. But I like choosing to eat free food if I want to, but I will never feel forced to eat free food if I don't want to. But if you are feeling like, damn, I have to survive on this free food right now while I am in this different place at this convention for my company that I thought loves me so much, how is that okay? It's pure manipulation wrapped in the sentiment of we do this because it's good for you and it will pay off in the end. The thing that is so messed up here is that these little conventions could 100% be held virtually, which would be an incredible cost saving to all of the so-called brand ambassadors, aka the consultants. But as she said herself, you can't see the bigger picture by watching it virtually. It's truly impossible. It's just not the same. Listen, lady, I am not a fan of Zoom myself, okay? I survived teaching in the pandemic. I do not wish that upon anyone. And I'm not saying that my students learned everything perfectly, or that they attended every single class, or they completed all of their homework. However, sometimes you just have to meet people halfway. You make concessions or compromises to give people the best opportunity of being able to learn, while also minimizing the burdens that you're placing on them. But that's the difference between education and MLMs, right? Because if these MLMs really cared about their consultants, they would do everything in their power to make these conventions more accessible to the average person. But we can't forget that it does not benefit MLMers to have these conventions on Zoom, because on Zoom you cannot effectively mind control, which is essentially what these conventions are meant to do. While the consultants go to these conventions, they're essentially in this echo chamber for however many days, away from their friends and their family and their voices of reason, and they're just absorbing all of these pro MLM messaging. She's right about that. It would be difficult to achieve that on Zoom.
Let's see if our guest speaker is on yet. All right, if anybody can see here, or Kristen, if you are on, let me know. She just had to do a quick intro for Marielle. I don't see her yet. So while we're waiting, I'm gonna have, oh, there she is. She's coming in. Here we go, good timing. All right, Miss Kristen. We are actually ready for you, Mama.
Oh my gosh, talk
Although
about
I haven't introduced you officially yet, so hold on. You guys, I'm so excited.
I got real excited.
Kristen is a Ruby with Q Sciences. She's a mama of 2 boys, bless her heart. She's got a husband, making it 3. And actually, Dwayne, you guys, Dwayne is the coolest guy. He's an audio engineer, but I think he's kind of a composer. He's a musician. He's a singer. He's absolutely phenomenal at what he does. And he's a stay-at-home dad. So he stays at home so that Kristen can do what she does so well. And I have a secret about Kristen that I'm going to share with you guys. She's a Britney Spears fan, like massive Britney Spears fan. So it's out of the bag, girl. It's all on you.
Why is she saying that like it's a bad thing? I have been a Britney Spears fan since I was in elementary school. I would go to school with those Britney Spears pencil pouches and the stationery and the notepads and the folder. And then I would go home and I would sing and I would dance to all of the Britney Spears songs. And now I'm 30 and I still do, minus the stationery kit. Do they still make those? They should. So what was the point of that? What was the point of saying it like, she's a Britney Spears fan? Additionally, this team call was recorded in March 2021, so this would have been like right in the heat of the Free Britney movement. Why even bring up Britney if you're gonna be weird about it? Hashtag Free Britney, hashtag Leave Britney Alone.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. And in fact, just the other day, who was it? Like Shannon Carlin or someone posted something like, what's something that doesn't sound true whenever you say it? Someone goes, yeah, we all are. Thank God, my people. No, I'm just kidding. No, so it was like something that doesn't sound true, but it really is. And I was like, I have a Britney Spears tattoo. Because it doesn't sound true, but it really is. Because I actually have a Britney Spears tattoo. And no, I won't show any of you except for maybe Katie, because we are very close. I'm just kidding. Okay, well, yay. I am so freaking excited and a little intimidated by the people that are on this, because I see Alyssa right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Alyssa. I'm like big time fangirl, but so many of you guys, seriously. I honestly just feel honored. I don't know what kind of value I will be able to add to you rock stars, but I'm going to do my best and share some little things that I've learned. And when I was talking to Jen just about this and sharing something that I feel really, really, really strongly about, one of the things that came up, first of all, I just want to like preface it with this. Like, I get it. We talk about like timing, all that, blah, 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 blah. Yes, timing is so, so, so important, but I'm not trying to create scarcity in you guys. What I'm trying to encourage you guys to do is to know your worth and to go out and to claim and to get what's yours, because it's going to look different just in 12 months from today. Just 12 months. I've been with this company almost 3 years. To say that it looks different, yeah, because you want to know why? In the beginning, our website sucked. We barely got our products ever, let alone on time. Everything looked like it belonged in a doctor's office and looked all clinical looking. I'm like, why is the name science in the name? And we went through shipping delays insane when we launched. I mean, we're talking like those ground floor stages that like you're kind of excited about, but it's the tough stages, right? Now is the time, like Mark Wilson talked about, when you're like baby stepping up the S curve, where things get not easy, not perfect. There's still a lot of those ground floor like bumps in the road. But I remember him saying whenever I first joined, he's like, if you're standing on like train tracks and before you can see the train like coming, and before you can even hear it blaring, you actually, if you're standing on the tracks, can feel it beneath your feet. The ground starts shaking. That's where we were. Now it's like the massive freight train is right there coming at your freaking face. And you can either jump off the tracks and get out of the way, or lunge off to the side, wait till it swings past you, and grab onto one of the poles as quickly as you can to just be jolted into the momentum. Like, that is literally, I think of the Polar Express.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that metaphor. So our only options are A, jump off the track, or B, lunge and then jump on the train. It seems very violent and unsafe. And also, why are we standing in the middle of train tracks? Didn't we all see Stand By Me? It is not making me hyped up to get involved in Q sciences. This whole thing, though, in my opinion, is just a tactic to create FOMO, or fear of missing out. She says multiple times that she's not trying to create scarcity, but that's exactly what she's doing in my opinion.
By the way, I really love that movie. But it's legit insane what's here right now. So I don't want that to create scarcity or anything, because you could join today and you haven't missed it yet. It's okay. We are the opposite of saturated. Okay. It's time though. It's time. Wherever you're at. I don't care if you were there when I joined or before I joined, or if you just joined a week ago. It's time. So I hope that I can give you guys a couple little things that will help you do what I feel is the most important thing we should all be doing, which is personally exposing people to this as quickly as humanly possible, because your job is really not to sell products. Thank God, right? Like, whoa, who wants to try and sell a bunch of products? I would like, probably rather sell cars or something. Cause I feel like I say things wrong and I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually a decent salesperson. Like I could probably sell things. I used to sell clothes in a retail store, but there's a lot of products, right? It can be overwhelming, and the science and the info and all that behind them. I'm not that kind of person. So you're not selling products. Don't worry. You are also not selling a comp plan. Don't feel like you have to be like selling and convincing a business. Q's not on trial. Trust me, we're already legit. Everyone's scared crapless about us anyway. But the bottom line is you're not even selling a comp plan. You're just exposing people to this. And you're just offering it to anyone and everyone that will take a look. And the time is now. So if you are brand new,
I love it when MLMers drop nuggets of honesty into their presentations. She mentioned that this business is not about selling products, and she is 100% right. People do not get into network marketing to sell products. There's no money in that. Rather, their intent is to recruit, and through recruitment, they can actually make some money. However, to characterize the ambassador's role as solely exposing people to the business and that's it is extremely false and misleading. It's not a good characterization of what the MLM business really is. If it were really that easy, there would be hundreds of thousands of network marketing millionaires, because if you go onto any social media platform, I guarantee you that you are going to see some sort of content made by someone who is trying to convince you to join their MLM. Or if you are a regular consumer of anti-MLM content, then I'm sure that you've seen videos by other fabulous creators around MLM top fails, where they look at those different marketing fails that MLMers do on social media. Side note, I also want to start doing MLM top fail videos like more consistently, so if you ever see anything that's a total fail and you want me to react to it, send it to me. My contact info is below in the description box. Anyway, if it was just as simple as clicking and posting, all of these people would be rich. However, MLMers are not paid per post or paid per amount of time that they spend getting all of their online materials ready to be published. They are only paid upon successfully converting those customers or contacts into Q Science ambassadors who will go on to recruit people as well. This is why I feel that people who have the creativity, time, and energy to create their own digital content to try to sell people their MLM should just go into business for themselves. Create content, get a following, get some brand deals or partnerships, make money off ads, do your thing. Be in business for your damn self. By the way, this is literally the prettiest smell I have ever smelled in my life, and I can't show it to you. Ignore my nails. We're gonna ignore the nails. You'd see nothing. Do you see that? Oh, so good.
Are brand new and you're in your warm market and you've got people that intimidate you, I want you to grab your mentor, sponsor, sideline, whatever, say, get on a Zoom with me face to face. I'm going to tell you about this person and their name. Help me come up with what to say, because I've got to expose them to this now and at least offer it. If they say no, whatever, that's fine. Like, move on. That's the beauty, honestly, of recruiting, is because people are either interested or they're not. That's literally it. You actually don't even have to say the right words or do everything perfectly at all, because people are either interested or they're not, right? And so I want to encourage you guys to face your fears and get through all of the people on your list. But if you're like me, you've been around the block for a bit, you might be out of your warm market. You're like, I told everybody that I knew when I first joined about this. So now what do I do? Well, I'm just meeting new people, because if there is anything I've learned from the Alyssas and the Brittany Hitches and the people that have come in and moved at a pace that really is a one-off, it's kind of that 0.1% of people that move at that pace, which is incredible. The one thing I've learned, the main takeaway I take from them is not, oh, they must be doing something different, or, oh, they must this, or, oh, maybe I need to reinvent the wheel. No. I'm keeping everything the same. But you know what I realized is, I'm like, holy crap. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people like 6 months ago were sitting around open to hearing about Q. And now they've all joined. So where was I? Where were all like, what was I doing 6 months ago, right? Like, that's really where we should be thinking in our head, is like, oh, this is showing us what's possible, because there's so many people open to hearing about this. It really doesn't matter. We just have to get the word out. So take time to become visible to people, take time to create a little bit of a connection, and then go for it. Go for it and ask them if they would be willing to take a look. And I'm going to hopefully give you a tool that I feel is the best way to do this.
When you are new to MLM, like she mentioned, you have a warm market that you can tap into. A warm market is loosely defined as a network of potential customers that you've had some previous contact or relationship with, including family, friends, coworkers, church members, club/group members, and neighbors. Her advice is go after your warm market and expose them. If they say no, whatever, it's fine, move on. This is easier said than done, I'm afraid. Best case scenario, you are amazing at dealing with rejection, your friends and family are extremely kind in letting you down, and nobody takes it personally that you try to recruit them into your MLM. Worst case scenario, you take the rejection hard and you alienate friends and family who now begin to question if you're just reaching out to them so that you can sell them your products or recruit them into joining your MLM. Most often with MLMs, people end up sacrificing a lot of personal relationships in order to try to make the MLM work. MLMs are also great at having you cut off people who they perceive to be negative or judgmental and as people who are holding you back from achieving your potential. But alienating your friends and family is not your only problem because eventually you will just run out of people. She claims, no big deal, just meet new people. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go to a grocery store and be that person who follows people around and then tries to tell them about their amazing opportunity while you're in the aisle getting milk and cheese? Or take a play out of Amway's book, go to the park, look for the saddest, most desperate person, walk up to them and tell them how you can change their life? Gross. On the other hand, you may take the digital route and start to bust out content trying to convince people to join you on your MLM journey. That's when I go back to my argument from before that if you are going to be making digital marketing content for these MLM companies, just go into business for yourself. Put yourself first.
We're going to talk a little bit about edification. Okay? Because a lot of people, and this is the one thing that will jolt you right into comparison mode. A lot of people think that you need that 0.1% story to recruit. Like, be real with me, straight up, transparency, everyone just be vulnerable. Raise your hand if you feel 150% confident and sure that you personally can recruit like the big wigs in this industry and they will want to join you because you can take them where they want to go. Anyone? Because I definitely don't 100% believe that. In fact, I was just talking to Katie about how I'm like, I don't think I even know how to attract the right people. I'm really renewing my mindset and telling myself I attract people in business because they know I can take them where they want to go. Like, I'm working on my mindset around it. So it's okay if you are too, if you're like, shoot, I don't even know what I would do with a person like that. And so maybe you're even like, I'm just going to leave those people to someone else. And then we get into comparison. Guess what? You do not have to have made a dime with this company to recruit somebody with massive influence. Every day.
I'm just imagining how that pitch would go. Hey, do you want to join this company? You can earn financial freedom and work from home and be a boss babe. You would be perfect for this. I see you have a lot of influence. Okay, cool. So how much money have you made so far? 0. Go away.
When I get into my IPA, I literally seek out someone who's better than me at this. I need to find someone better than me. And then that way I can use Alyssa's or Brittany Hitch's story and say, look what they did. You want to do it because I know the system that they used. Let me show you how, right? And so I can use those stories as leverage to be able to show people what's possible, even if I didn't move at that pace, right? And that's okay. So it's the art of edification. I'm going to let you guys off the hook. Edification is not just because us leaders really want you to make us look cool. Like, can you please say all these amazing things about me before my presentation? Like, so I feel good about myself. Like, no, That is not why we teach edification. We do not need anyone to stroke our ego. Edification is a tool for you guys. Everyone thinks it's a tool that like props up a leader and makes them sound good. No, 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 no. Edification is your best friend. And I want you to truly ask yourself. So we have QIQs, right? Q overview presentations. Ideally, in a perfect world, that is actually what we're using for our IPA every week. We are sitting down, creating some relationship, piquing people's interest and asking them if they're willing to come. And we use the most recent QIQ that's coming up to funnel people into that webinar. That's how this works. It's what I did the first day I started. It's what I literally still do today, 3 years in. Okay. But you have a tool that you can use. And I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time when you were inviting to like a Q overview or a Q presentation that you truly edified the crap out of the speaker? So much so that you gave them the best chance at closing your person. You gave them the best chance at closing your person because of the way that you edified them. Everyone thinks you have to be a great presenter to.
So something you guys helped me realize in your comments to my video about the MLM that the FTC has taken down was that MLMers love to misuse the concept of edification. Listening to how she just described edification, it's a tool that you employ by complimenting your upline so much and exalting them on this pedestal so that when you connect them with your prospect will hold them in such high esteem that they will buy into every word that they say. But you guys, that is not what edification means. To edify somebody means to improve their mind or character by teaching about something. In MLM context, you are not edifying your upline. You aren't teaching your upline anything new. Maybe you will give them a brief overview about your prospect, tell them about some of their pain points, what their goals are, what their needs are, but that's about it. The true edification is given by the upline to the potential recruit. That's exactly the point of the overview meeting and the opportunity calls. To edify the potential recruit, to educate them on the MLM and the opportunity. I say educate loosely there because you all know it's more persuasion and manipulation techniques that they employ. The misunderstanding of the word edification and edify is so pervasive that numerous MLMs misuse this term. Like consistently. You guys, it's wild. You guys in the MLMs never thought to look it up? And I'm not trying to be bitchy here, like I'm actually asking. If you're not new to this channel, then you'll know if I don't know a word, I look it up and I share the definition with everyone. But in MLMs, people mostly just take a concept, run with it, duplicate it, regurgitate it, and then we end up where we are now. So yeah, just clearing that up for you all. Think about edifying as educating someone, and in MLMs, this is done to the prospect, not to the upline.
It doesn't matter how good I am at that stinking presentation, how many trainings I go through with Jake Spencer himself of exactly how to present and exactly what to say and exactly how to do it. Because if everyone on my team did not edify me to their prospects, in one ear, out the other, nobody cares. Literally, no one cares what I have to say. But if you use edification as a tool and use that to invite your prospects to hear from this person, not about this company or about these products, it could explode your business. And then
So that was really weird there. What she basically said there is that people can never close anyone on their own merits. They always need somebody to build them up and put them at an elevated status so that the prospect will believe them. Essentially, the argument is that you, the consultant, have to go to your grandma because, let's be honest, look who's on the Zoom call. Grandmas and grandpas. Really? You guys are going after your grandmas and grandpas? Have you no shame? So you have to go up to your grandma and say, Grandma, I am about to introduce you to the most amazing thing, an opportunity to speak with my friend who's so amazing. She's really, she's one of the top leaders in the company. She has this car and it's paid for and she has really cool stuff and she wants to tell you her story. When you hear it, you're just gonna love her, I swear. In the presenter's mind, that is what edification looks like. But that's more exaltation than it is edification, because edification is when you're educating somebody about something, not when you're just trying to prop up the public image of somebody else.
This is why I really love the Fab Five and the smaller Zooms. Big Zooms are great. They're powerful. They're amazing. But think about the power when you're edifying someone and then they're presenting to a smaller group, maybe of you, your team, that sort of thing. And during the presentation, they are mentioning your name. Think of the power. Now it's this edification wheel where you've gone on and on about this speaker and how incredible they are. And now they're saying, I love working with Katie because da 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 da. And they're going, oh, shoot. That's that girl that they said was at the top of the company. She works. Okay. I see what's happening here. And the prospects wheels start turning. Okay. So I'm looking down at my notes too.
You guys, that is not a wheel of edification. In that scenario, they are still missing the most important part of edification, which is the prospect. They're being very self-centered, actually. Their focus is making themselves look good. First, the downline has to make the upline look really good and really prime the prospect so that they're ready to receive the messaging with an open mind. The downline is supposed to make the prospect feel lucky and honored that they get to be a part of a meeting with this upline. Then, during the actual opportunity call, the upline starts gushing about their downline. And all of this is supposed to convince you that these two are legitimate, professional people, business owners, in fact, who you should join too.
I don't want to miss anything. So and this is probably the key with edification I think people are missing. I think we've all heard Jake say it, right? That we're not selling a comp plan. We're not selling a product line. We're selling a person, right? And it really lets us off the hook from having to know much of anything. All you have to do, and I've heard him say this line as well. I always have these one-liners of Jake Spencer written down, like probably need to put them on my forearm or something. Like don't chase, replace. You're not selling a person, like blah, blah, all of his one-liners. But one thing he says is the person that's going to make the most in network marketing is the one that's the best at edifying their leader. That's just the truth. He never has said the one that's going to be a millionaire is going to be the one that has the most developed skill set, the one with the largest network, the one with the most social media influence. Literally none of it. Product knowledge, none of it. Just you have to get good at edifying your leader. Your best tool.
She said Lieber. But wowza, there are a lot of red flags with what she just said. Not cool to say that you don't sell products or a comp plan, but you sell people. Like really? Did you really think that that sounded good? That you're commodifying people? How is that okay? People shouldn't be blindly investing into a company just based off of one person's story. A story that may have happened to them or that may have just been an embellishment. They should be aligning their jobs with a company that does have quality products or a legitimate compensation plan or salary schedule. Then when she quoted Jake Spencer and said, the person who is going to make the most money in network marketing is the person who is going to edify their leader. Yikes. There's just way too much emphasis placed on the leader. To me, it feels like reinforcing a system or a hierarchy in which the consultants are forced to regularly view their leaders or uplines in these exalted positions.
Your best tool that you guys have in your toolbox as a business owner is your sponsor's ability to mentor your prospects. If they join you, they get someone else, not you and your skill set, not even the products and the comp plan and the train and like corporate, not even that. If they get you, they get this person. Who is that person that they want? So that's what's the beauty.
Why am I not enough? Why are the products not enough? Why is the comp plan not enough? Why does it have to be that we're selling this other person?
It doesn't matter if you feel confident recruiting a big wig and getting them where they want to go. Who cares? Do you know somebody that is good at that? Because if you have in any way access to someone, I don't care if they're brand new, your upline is a brand new executive that just unlocked their fast start bonuses, Watch me edify the crap out of that person to where my prospects are like feeling so honored and privileged to be on a Zoom with that person. It does not have to be a gold or higher or equity or advisor, none of that. It can be any single person that is doing this, literally anyone. And it's about how you edify them. And so you don't have to do anything. It's not about what you know. And I use edification in and through everything. So the first way that I use edification is to invite. Okay. This is a big one because a lot of people have these scripts going around of asking people to look at this ground floor company with this insane comp plan with infinite levels in depth and blah, 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 blah. And they're just talking up the company, or they're talking up, we have these products that focus on mental health and hormone regulation and da, 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 blah, 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 and you're excited, and that's okay. And that's good. But you have not set up the person going to do the presentation to help close your people at all. Instead, we're selling a person, right? So the way that I invite to events, and I kid you not, I talk about delegation and edification. I literally have Marielle Filipponi doing a presentation for people on my team right now, straight up. Speaking of, and Brandon Stevens is FaceTiming. Oh my gosh, how many people are trying to contact me right now? This is funny. Okay, sorry. That was so weird. Did y'all hear that? I was like, look, Marielle, and then it literally Brandon Stevens tried to FaceTime me. I was like, everything at once. Okay, sorry. Literally how I invited to her webinar, which I have 2 guests on there right now, is I said, hey, I know this is super random. Hope you guys have had a good week so far, but are you free tonight at like 7:30-ish by chance? I really have something I want you to look out online for me. Then I waited. And then when I got a response, I was like, okay, they said, yes, they're free, but like, why, what's up? You're always going to get one of 3 responses. It's either like, yeah, I'm free. Why? Or like, no, I'm busy. Why did you ask? Or if you're like me, somebody goes, it depends. Why are you asking me? That would be me because I'm the skeptical one, right? And so
she's the skeptical one, yet she's proving why people need to be skeptical. She's the one who's reaching out to her friends and texting them under the pretense of hanging out when really she wants to talk to them about their MLM. A little ironic, no?
This girl, for example, was like, yeah, I'm free. Why, what's up? And I was like, okay, perfect. I want to see if you do me a huge favor. I'm inviting a few people to get onto this webinar. I have someone I really want you to meet. Her name is Marielle, and she is such a sweet, like, mama, wife. We've become really good friends, but she's actually the top earner in my entire company. You know, I'm with the company, right? Yeah. And she's actually in like the top 30 of income earners globally in all of this industry that I'm in. And she is taking a little bit of time out of her evening tonight to just share with the people I decide to a little bit about this company and a little bit about the products and what we're doing here. Will you come and check it out? I want you to meet her, right? Something like that. Short, sweet, simple. I don't talk about Q sciences. I don't say comp plan. I don't say timing. I don't say ground floor. I don't say mental health. I don't say any of that.
But why not say Q Sciences? I thought she said earlier that Q Science is so legit and everyone's scared of Q Sciences.
Q's not on trial. Trust me, we're already legit. Everyone's scared crapless about us anyway. Other way you can do that is literally like, hey, I am so excited. I'm sure you've seen, I've partnered with a new company and I really want you to meet my mentor. She actually just partnered with the company last month and she already hit the 3rd rank in just 60 days. She's flown past the ranks and is doing so incredible. And she's working with me personally and she's very busy. She's a mom of 4. She used to be a social worker and now she's taking some time out tonight to just share a little bit about what we have going on. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. Will you come? Okay. Anything around inviting to the person is always going to be more impactful because talk about the easiest follow-up instead of what did you think, right? And they're looking at this. When you lead with the product, that's what they're going to look at. Glasses on, dissecting, trying to give you feedback. Quit inviting, asking for feedback because they love to give feedback about their tonality and she seemed nice, but and I was distracted by that. And you're like, oh my God, do you want to buy this or not? And it's like hilarious. It's because you're asking for it. What you ask for, you'll get. So if you say, I want you to just hear from my friend, It's very simple because it's not going to be about the products. It's not going to be whatever. Guess what your follow-up is? Isn't she amazing? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you were on. What did you think? Isn't she cool? I told you. Isn't she so legit? Isn't she so kind? Would you ever have guessed she's making literally like $1,700 a month already in just 2 years? Can you believe that? Would you?
Can I believe that? Well, no. In fact, I cannot believe that. And also, that was an income claim. Not allowed, bro.
Does this part-time? Isn't that crazy? It's so simple when you make it that way to connect. Well, then guess what's even easier? The system, the next step in the system. When they show interest, what's the next step? Get out of the way, right? My sister calls it the peak pass. She's like, pique their interest, get them exposed, just pass them on, shut up, get out of the way as quickly as possible. And so she literally just, now you've shown them, okay, well, what do you think? Oh my gosh, she was really cool. I don't know though, because you know me, I'm like really anal about ingredients and I want to dig into the hemp. Okay, no problem. Let's see if she's got time. You know, I know she's a top earner. I mentioned that to you and that sort of thing, but honestly, we've gotten pretty close. I bet you I could get her on the phone with you. Let me see when she has some time, and then I will let you know a couple options for us. Not, okay, when are you available and we'll make it work no matter what. And then you text your mentor like, can you please do tomorrow at 10 a.m. or I'll die? And they're like, no, I can't do tomorrow. Or they do because #boundaries. We got to talk about that on a whole other time. But set your sponsor up. The edification process never stops. So you're saying, okay, let me find out. Jen, when are you available over the next couple of days? Can you give me some daytime and evening options to send to my prospect who is on the call tonight? She loved your vibe. She's open to hearing about the business. Great. This time. Guess what? It's okay if Jen is like hanging out with her husband and not responding to you that night. Your prospect can wait. You already told her how busy Jen is, how rare it was, and how amazing it is that she takes time out to do these presentations for you and your business.
She's over exaggerating everything for sure. Top earner, millionaire, top percent of the company, blah, blah, blah. But she's totally right. Her upline or that person is taking time out of their personal life, which they are not being compensated for, in order to give these presentations and these meetings. All of these meetings you are expected to attend, but they don't compensate you for being there. But this is a commercial cult, and in cults, it is super common to have some sort of unpaid labor or exploitation of time.
So let them sit there. She's busy. I'm sure she'll get back to us. Talk about abundance. They're not going to feel, they're probably like, well, God, why aren't you like more desperate for my sale? Because we're not. We're freaking freaking sciences, you guys. Like, we do not need to be desperate at all. Everyone's scared of us. Let's just soak that in for a moment. We don't need to worry. Timing is here.
That seems like it was meant to instill a mindset of us versus them within Q Sciences. And that's another cult attribute, just saying.
We wait to get responses. We go back. Okay, great. She can talk tomorrow night at 10 a.m. or tomorrow at 10 a.m. or the next day at 2 p.m. Which one works? Right? You just make it really simple by continuing the edification process. In doing so, you've also now showed because remember, the whole reason why we do this, do you guys remember? It's because we're trying to model to our person what they will have when they partner with us. If you educate them on the products, if you answer their questions, if you talk about the company and the comp plan and this, they will think they have to do that. And then they'll say, sorry, that's intimidating AF. I don't want to do that. That's overwhelming to me, right? Instead, they're going, wow, talk about the support that she has and the respect that she has for these leaders. Wow, they have boundaries. Wow, she didn't encroach on her family time. Oh, wow, she was with her husband so they wouldn't get on the phone with me because they weren't desperate for my sale and having commission breath. They walk in knowing our culture, our vibe, our system, because they've already seen it. And then it's really easy to teach them how, because they're like, you know what I did with you? We're going to do that now again. right? And it's really simple after modeling that.
If it's such an amazing opportunity, why can't you sell it from your point of view? Why are you finding someone, being the middleman, referring them over to your upline just to get them hooked into the system so that they can repeat the whole process? And I really liked how she actually explained the mechanics and the inner workings of how that works. You know what I did with you? We're going to do it again. Ouch. That stings. So I wasn't special. Okay.
So I use it for inviting, I use it to connect. And then the last thing I want to share with you guys really quick, because I know it's getting late, is that I love to use Edification on social media. I, in fact, was trying to scroll through Alyssa's, Katie, Jen, Bridget. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Ashley, like I'm seeing so many, just so you guys are all killing it. Hannah, like so many people that are in leadership in this team. Before getting on here, I scrolled through their pages to see how often you guys were tagging them in things. And I'm going to be completely honest, it wasn't as much as I was thinking it was going to be. Because if Katie Bristow was anywhere in my upline, you best believe, homegirl, I would have already done a boomerang tonight, just of like, woo, 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 of her face to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful to have someone like her locking arms with me. She invited me to this call where this top earner was speaking. I get access to her and she gets access to her. And like, I've never had support like this in my life. Tag, 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 tag. And I'll tell you why. The reason it's important to brag on your mentor publicly as often as possible is a little story I like to call Francesca Fields. Does everybody know who Francesca Fields is? Okay. She is the second ever Black Diamond in Q Sciences. Modest as can be, humble, mama of four, used to be in social work, self-proclaimed introvert, never thought she'd be good at this. And then here we are at Q Sciences, where everyone's hopes and dreams become unlocked because of a system.
Is it just me or does that seem a little bit culty? Here we are, Q Sciences, where everyone's hopes and dreams can come unlocked because of a system. It never works out when you put your faith in a system to change your life. Just saying.
She was in another company and she had a friend named Chastity. Does anyone know who Chastity is? Have you ever seen her on stage, training, whatever? Yes, a couple of you know her, but many of you maybe have not. She was friends with Chastity from her last company, and Chastity is so, so, so sweet. Never had huge, like, oh, I want to be on the advisory council, blah, blah, blah. Just did this to get a little bit of an extra income, really loves her family and what it brings for them, and wants to help others. Really, really sweet person. Fran watched Chastity edify her upline, Tara Truax, beautifully. Chastity knew how to work the system because anyone who's looking at this from a business perspective is asking themselves, when they're looking at a leader, does this person know who they are? Does this person know where they're going? And does this person know how to get me where I want to go?
There's just way too much emphasis that's placed on this so-called leader. It just really, really is off-putting to me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.
Okay, those are the questions they're asking. Chastity was brand new. She probably didn't really know who she was in Q yet. She may not have really known where she was going. She's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to keep following the system, whatever. She maybe did not feel like she was equipped to help someone like Fran get where she wanted to go. But guess who did? Tara Truax. And because Chastity shouted her out, shared her success, bragged on her, I'm so proud of my mentor. The fact that I get to work with her is such a blessing. Fran watched and watched. Did you know Francesca had never met Tara ever? Never met her. And they were not friends on Facebook either. And because of what Chastity did so beautifully, Fran texted her late one night and said, I want to talk to you and your friend Tara. That's it. That is the power of edification. So
So the moral of the story is get better at making your uplines look really, really good. The sad thing is you think it would be the other way around. Your uplines, your so-called mentors, you would think that they would be trying to help you, not you taking all of your time and energy making them look really, really cool.
So I need you guys to get better skill set wise on making your mentors look really, really good. Because it's okay if you're not confident. It's okay if you know nothing, because you have someone that can help someone else get where they want to go. And guess who I have access to? That's your in. This person's mentoring me. I owe so much of my success to the system that they've plugged me into, and they're locking arms with me to work with the next people I bring into this business. Do you want to meet her?
The horrible thing is, imagine having to say all of these amazing things about your upline when most likely you're not making any money and there's a chance that your upline may not even be supportive or be there for you.
I bet I could, like, we've become actually pretty good friends, if I'm being honest. Like, I could probably get her on the phone with you. Are you open? Right? It's all about that edification. And to be honest, it's easy. Like, you guys have, like, just some of the names I just rattled off. You guys have a crazy high caliber of true talent and skill in leadership on this team. In fact, I even edify these leaders and invite to their Zooms. So I don't know why y'all aren't doing it, because I definitely am. I do it with Fran. I do it with anyone. I just the other night, Fran did a presentation. I texted her. I'm like, hey, can you talk about how you had to rebuild your influence after you were on social media? Because I have this introvert girl that's scared. She's like, sure, on it. And she said it during her presentation. Are you guys doing that? Are you texting your upline saying, hey, I've got this girl who's really hesitant about hemp because blah, blah, blah. Can you plug that in? By the way, I have 5 guests on, so can you mention me too? Why not do that? Partner with them. We are partners, right? And they can help you recruit big people if you just leverage them the way that you should. And that's the beauty of Q. Honestly, it's my favorite part is the partnerships. How I've got Kelly Allred, I've got Kimball and Stacy as my QFit partners on my little QFit app. I feel like, oh, I've got these partners. I thought about the people that are like coaches in their companies. How crazy is it that we don't have to be the coach? We just plug people into. Do you guys see what Jake has done here? He's literally made everything where we plug our people to someone. Have you noticed that yet? It's because he knows. He knows how to build a business in network marketing, and it's to sell a person, not Q Trim, but Kimball and Stacy and their Q Fit team. You guys picking up what he's throwing down? It's intertwined in everything that Q talks about for a reason, because they know what they're talking about. So
Again, kind of sketchy, and it's just exalting the leaders, not edifying, but exalting them, putting them on this pedestal or this higher level where it's expected that people are going to be bowing down to them and viewing them in this grandiose way.
So use your team, use your mentors. Let's edify the crap out of them. Everybody, like, take a video or something right now of your mentor, share a photo of you and them, right? Go and say, like, gosh, yeah, it's cool, the money that she's been able to make and how blah, blah, blah. But I love that she's taught me boundaries. She's taught me prioritizing her family. She's taught me how to make sure I go on my date night once a week. I've never had leadership like this. And she's doing a call for people that are open to learning about the business I'm in tonight.
But is that the reason why you're joining Q Sciences, to have somebody teach you all of those things? That just seems a little bit weird.
I'm so honored, so excited. Let me know if you want the info, right? Like, those kinds of things should be happening all the time. So anyways, I love you guys. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop talking. I've been talking for forever, but I really love you guys. I'm really proud of this team. You guys are so awesome. And I'm really thankful that I got to do this.
That was amazing. I love listening to you, like everyone else. I have so many notes, but one of the things that really stuck out to me was how you bring someone in is how they are going to expect to work the business. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's so important, because we think people are going to listen to what we say, but they actually are just watching what we're doing when we bring them in.
Kind of like our
And to
children.
have that abundant mindset of
Yeah.
it's okay. Like we're not going to get back necessarily within, it'll take 24 hours, or like it teaches them. We don't just jump. And you know what else that does is it prevents all of us from burnout.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Katie, did you have something you wanted to share that you guys liked?
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah, B, go.
Sorry, I've been stuffing my face. First of all, Kristen, you suck at training so bad. Like, I don't even know why we have you here. So bad. I would like to highlight a couple of people in the text thread that said, what happens when you edify your upline and they get signed up by everyone, someone else, that person? First of all, I'm going to be very bold and say that is bullshit. It is not okay. That is not the Q culture. Not okay. Okay. People are going to learn this culture or they're going to be gone, I would think, in time. I'm going to be very bold with this right now because you guys, we are a family, not just in Q Crew, but as a company. I also realize that people coming in from other companies are going to have some trust issues, some concerns. I get it. I was there, right? We've all been there, right? We get where you're at. If you are edifying your upline and your upline takes them, that's just a miscommunication as to how things go. See, we are a volume-based comp plan, okay? So it doesn't matter if any one of you on my team edify me and someone wants to sign up with me because of our relationship, this is what I get to do as your upline. Girl, guy, homie, bro, whatever it is. I am so excited that you feel this way because this is what we get to offer you. You're not just going to have me. You're going to have the person that brought you on, and you're going to have the people that brought me on and beyond. And together we are going to blow this up, and we are going to raise you up to be so strong that you're going to give this to your team. And down the road, 3 months, 6 months, 3 years from now, if this same exact scenario happens, it's going to be gone and done and not even an issue because we work in teams. There's
Can I add to that, Bridget?
Yeah.
Just one really quick thing. Let me just tell you, that would never, ever happen with my prospect because I wouldn't allow that to happen because of my thorough relationship and follow-up that I have with my prospects.
Yep.
At the end of the day, if all you're doing is posting on social media and sharing other people's stories and that sort of thing, then that's not the Q way either. You have to have connections. I use social media to water the seeds that I've planted, not to plant seeds out of nowhere. I reach out to people, I connect. I use this system already. So I've already invited them to a webinar. I've already asked them to hop on a 3-way call with my mentor where my mentor is now edifying me back. I've continued the relationship, and then they see a post on social media of who I'm working with and their success or whatever, and that just waters the seed. So that is a big red flag if you're thinking, oh gosh, only social media. That just means you need to hone in on your prospects, make sure they have that relationship with you. And at the end of the day, we can't run our business out of scarcity. We just cannot. And if it's scary to us to highlight someone else's success, then that's a way bigger something going on.
Yep.
And it is to just maybe like, I'm nervous of losing someone.
Yeah.
Okay?
So you have to take the mirror, right? And look back. I love that you said that because you also can't think that you're going to pee on someone and mark your territory because you share with them one time, right? In the end, the person or the people that are being exposed to Q have a choice to work with whomever they feel is a better fit for them, right? But there's two things. First, I love what Kristen said. Look in the mirror. If you're finding over and over again, every time you talk to someone and they talk to someone else, they don't want to sign up with you. Okay, that's that person's choice as to whether or not they want to sign with somebody else than you. However, as leaders, especially if they're in your own downline and they're edifying you, why would you want to take them away? There's no benefit to signing someone up or taking someone from your team. What you want to do is help that person in your team have success and learn how to be who you are, to be who they want to be who that prospect is wanting to work with, right? So it is a two-way street. I'm glad you said that, Kristen, because there comes a point where we as the uplines being edified need to say, whoa, where were you? Where did this start? Send them back. Also knowing, though, that the prospect gets to choose. And if they choose someone outside of you, why is that? And be ready to look at that, see that, receive that, and work on that. Okay. But we're definitely not a steal people away mentality. Sorry, I just got fired up, but I had to say that.
So good. I'm
Kind of confused there if she's saying that we're not a stealing type of community, but then she also said that, well, if the prospect has a better fit with the upline compared to you, why not? I don't know, that was a little bit confusing, and that lady really had some weird little sayings there. Pee on someone, mark your territory? What? That phrase actually makes me prefer the pour into you phrase. Gross. And also, I love how we're ending this Zoom meeting with a thought about how we are not good enough and how we need to look at what we're doing wrong and why people aren't signing with us. Yeah, great. Thanks for the morale.
so good. I'm so glad you said that because I know that we needed to address that. Katie, did you want to share something, hun?
I was just gonna say that edifying through social media posts. I mean, it's everything. I mean, people follow people, and I mean, even just this past week, I wrote it in the comment here. I mean, a friend been following just what I shared with her months ago, and when you get to talk about the people you work with, it's attractive. She's like, I just want to travel and have fun with you. You're having way too much fun with these people. So Kristen, thank you. That was amazing.
But what she just said proves the point. In MLMs, they're not so much selling this business opportunity as they are selling you on a lifestyle, a dream of a lifestyle that could be yours as long as you sign up and pay all these fees and do exactly as they say.
It's huge. All right, you guys. Well, that wraps up our huddle for the evening. We'll see you guys next Monday. Now, don't forget, we have 2 QIQs on Thursday. So you guys can unmute and say goodbye and tell Kristen how much you loved this.
Thank you.
And hey,
Thank
why not
you.
take a little picture,
So
of
awesome.
tag her.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
amazing, Kristen.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
Awesome job.
Kristen.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So good. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. Well, that was already a very long team call, so I don't want to keep you all too much longer. Just want to say, what do you think about all that? What do you think about the term edification? Do you think that it's being used correctly in the MLMs? And do you think that what she said is true, that the only way to close people is when you properly edify your upline? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for sticking around, for watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!